Introduction: the conflict between Hezbollah and Israel is a complex and multifaceted struggle that has shaped the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East for decades. At its core, this rivalry is defined by deep-rooted historical grievances, ideological differences, and national aspirations. Understanding the key moments of this conflict is essential to grasping its impact on the region and the world. This narrative explores the evolution of Hezbollah as a formidable military force and its ongoing confrontation with Israel, shedding light on the intricacies of their adversarial relationship. Historical background: to comprehend the Hezbollah-Israel conflict, one must first consider the historical context in which it emerged. Hezbollah, or Party of God, was founded in the early 1980s amid the Lebanese Civil War, a brutal conflict characterized by sectarian strife and foreign interventions. The group's origins can be traced back to the Iranian Revolution, which inspired a wave of Islamic movements across the region. With a focus on Shia empowerment, Hezbollah sought to address the grievances of Lebanon's Shia population, who had long been marginalized in a country divided along religious lines. In parallel, Israeli-Lebanese relations were fraught with tension, particularly following Israel's invasion of Lebanon in 1982. The invasion aimed to eliminate the Palestine Liberation Organization (PLO) and establish a pro-Israeli government in Beirut. However, the war only exacerbated existing tensions and paved the way for Hezbollah's rise as a potent military force. The 1982 Lebanon War: The 1982 Lebanon War marked a turning point in the Hezbollah-Israel conflict. The war was characterized by intense fighting and significant civilian casualties, leading to widespread condemnation of Israeli actions. Hezbollah emerged as a key player in the conflict, adopting guerrilla warfare tactics to resist Israeli forces. Major battles, such as the Siege of Beirut, showcased Hezbollah's resilience and determination. As the war progressed, Israel faced mounting criticism for its military campaign, leading to a re-evaluation of its strategy. The war's outcome established Hezbollah as a prominent player in Lebanese politics and laid the foundation for future confrontations with Israel. The rise of Hezbollah as a militant force: in the aftermath of the 1982 war, Hezbollah underwent a transformation from a nascent group into a formidable military organization. Drawing on support from Iran and Syria, Hezbollah expanded its military capabilities and gained the loyalty of the Shia population in southern Lebanon. The group employed a range of tactics, including ambushes and suicide bombings, to challenge Israeli forces and assert its influence in the region. Throughout the 1980s and early 1990s, Hezbollah engaged in a series of confrontations with Israeli troops stationed in southern Lebanon. The organization's ability to adapt and innovate in the face of adversity solidified its reputation as a powerful resistance movement, earning it widespread support among its constituents. The UN resolutions and withdrawal: the conflict culminated in a series of international resolutions aimed at addressing the situation in Lebanon. UN Resolution 425, passed in 1978, called for the withdrawal of Israeli forces from Lebanon. However, it was not until 2000 that Israel fully withdrew its troops, a move that Hezbollah celebrated as a victory. This withdrawal altered the dynamics of the region, with Hezbollah positioning itself as a defender of Lebanese sovereignty. The aftermath of the Israeli withdrawal saw Hezbollah consolidate its power and further entrench itself in Lebanese politics. The group's popularity surged, and it became a significant player in the Lebanese parliament, using its political clout to influence national policy. The 2006 Lebanon War: The 2006 Lebanon War marked another significant escalation in the Hezbollah-Israel conflict. The conflict was sparked by the abduction of 2 Israeli soldiers by Hezbollah, leading Israel to launch a large-scale military operation in Lebanon. The war lasted for 34 days and resulted in widespread destruction in Lebanon and significant casualties on both sides. Hezbollah's military strategy during the conflict showcased its evolution as a modern military force, employing advanced weaponry and tactics to counter Israeli airstrikes and ground assaults. The war ended with a UN-brokered ceasefire, but its aftermath had lasting implications for both Hezbollah and Israel. Post-2006 conflict developments: following the 2006 war, Hezbollah emerged as a more entrenched political and military entity. The group's ability to withstand Israeli bombardment enhanced its status among supporters, and it continued to maintain a significant military presence in southern Lebanon. Despite the devastation of the war, Hezbollah's political power grew, and it positioned itself as a key player in Lebanese governance. Tensions along the Lebanon-Israel border persisted, with sporadic skirmishes and rocket fire continuing to characterize the relationship between the two parties. Hezbollah's military preparedness remained a focal point of Israeli security concerns, leading to increased surveillance and military operations along the border. Hezbollah's military strategy and technology. Hezbollah's military strategy has evolved significantly over the years, incorporating advanced weaponry and technology. The group has benefited from support from Iran and Syria, which has provided it with sophisticated missile systems and training. Hezbollah's ability to deploy these assets effectively has made it a formidable adversary for the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF. Analysis of Hezbollah's tactics reveals a reliance on asymmetric warfare, leveraging its knowledge of the terrain and civilian support to challenge conventional military forces. The use of tunnels, drones, and precision-guided missiles has further enhanced Hezbollah's military capabilities, raising concerns for Israel and its allies. The regional impact of the conflict. The Hezbollah-Israel conflict has significant implications for regional geopolitics. The rivalry has influenced the dynamics of the Arab-Israeli conflict and shaped the relationships between various state and non-state actors in the Middle East. The rise of Hezbollah has also affected Iran's influence in the region, positioning the group as a critical ally for Tehran. The ongoing Syrian civil war has further complicated the situation, with Hezbollah actively participating in the conflict on behalf of the Assad regime. This involvement has strengthened Hezbollah's military capabilities but has also drawn criticism from various factions within Lebanon and the wider Arab world. Current tensions and future prospects. As of the latest developments, tensions between Hezbollah and Israel remain high. Recent incidents along the Lebanon-Israel border have heightened concerns of a potential escalation. Both sides are engaged in military posturing, with Israel conducting airstrikes against Hezbollah positions and the group responding with threats of retaliation. The future of the Hezbollah-Israel conflict remains uncertain, with predictions of further clashes and the potential for a larger regional conflict. Diplomatic efforts to address the underlying issues have been limited, and the balance of power in the region continues to shift. Conclusion. The conflict between Hezbollah and Israel is a complex and evolving saga, marked by key moments that have defined the course of their rivalry. From the early skirmishes during the Lebanese Civil War to the high-stakes battles of the 2006 war, each chapter reveals the intricacies of their adversarial relationship. As the region continues to grapple with ongoing tensions, the legacy of this conflict will undoubtedly shape the future of the Middle East for years to come.